I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars with Upwork, and I am also a shareholder of Upwork. I own tens of thousands of dollars in Upwork share. I am extremely dissatisfied with the platform as of right now. I mean, it's been this way for about 12 months, but the amount of scammers that reside on this platform, and also the fact that Upwork kind of enables it and really only gives you about 7 days or so of basically protection. And if you get scammed, this is the first video I've made on this. I made another video on this before, and if you get scammed on their platform, even if Upwork determines that the freelancer is scamming, they don't actually punish the freelancer. They simply get a warning, even if they've scammed you out of thousands of dollars. Now, this isn't the case necessarily here, but there have been cases just like this, where the numbers have been not in the hundreds of dollars, not $500, but $5,000. I've actually personally, and this isn't even a client, personally have been scammed over $22,000 from Upwork contractors. It's really unbelievable, and Upwork basically it's ridiculous. It is so frustrating. They kind of just throw you under the bus regularly. They'll determine, okay, this person's scamming, and they'll go through and they'll refund you 7 days, so you get $100 back or $200 back. But that's really the extent of it. They do not value their clients, which is really unfortunate. I have hired somewhere over 400, between 400 and 500 people on the Upwork platform. I'd have to check the actual stats on my account over the last about 13 years or so, back when it was oDesk. I've been using this platform for ages, and I am just really, really disappointed in the direction that's going, which is why I want to make this video talk about it. Let's look at this contractor here. So um, I recently noticed some interesting activity. So if you go into the time tracker, and almost always, um, there's a very few number of freelancers that I would trust with manual time, but almost always require the time tracker because it's so obvious. Like it's so frequent. It's almost like a 1 out of 2 chance that you're going to run into a scam of some sort. And maybe the contract doesn't start out like that, but if you have a contract that's open for more than a month or two, it's very likely that it's not very likely, but it is a solid chance. Like I said, probably close to 50-50 that contract will go sour and they'll try to scam you out of some money. And so let's take a look at this one here. This guy here, his job was just to post on Facebook groups. That's his role. So let's take a look here. So activity levels very low. 3 a.m. to 3:03 a.m. No mouse or keyboard movement. He did a little bit at 3:03 into 3:04, and then stopped for 2 more minutes, and then back. So, with something like this, he's probably doing what the Uber and Grubhub people do is they do multiple apps. They're working on maybe on 2 computers at once, and he's going back and forth. Maybe he's watching TV, maybe he's watching a movie, maybe he's playing games on his phone. Um, but you can see this is not productive work. I mean, this is so simple, and Upwork will agree. I'll say, hey, look, that's not productive work. And given that this was back in whatever, back in mid-June, early June, it's more than whatever the 7 days out or whatever it is to dispute. So I can't actually dispute these hours. This is kind of just Upwork will kind of say "f you," and that's just how they deal with that kind of thing. So even if the freelancer is outright scamming. Now this is a pretty solid 10 minutes. He was doing a whole bunch of work here. Um, so that's good, but it goes up and down. But this is sufficient. I'm not mad at any of this really. Like, yeah, he was distracted here. Maybe his phone rang or something, but he got back to it, and the activity increased a little bit. I'm not really upset about this. Unfortunate, yes. Should I be billed for it? Probably not. Like, if you're only running at 20% productivity, if you're only working 2 out of 10 minutes, 3 out of 10 minutes, should it really be billed at 100%? I don't think so. But anyways, that's not the real problem. Let's fast forward. So, given I kind of assume, what's the saying? You're supposed to assume good behavior, good intent. Assume good intent, right? And that's what you do when you see something like this. Oh, it's like I said, his phone rang, something happened, whatever. You let it go. Okay, let's take a look here. Similar issues, nothing really worth calling out. But let's go into the past week, and I'm so glad I caught this. But take a look here. What day was it? What day was it? We're gonna find it here. Oh man, I just had it up here a second ago. Oh yes, 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 yes. Here it is. Here it is. Take a look at this. Now, this is interesting. You see, remember our past screenshots, right? The productivity was about half. Look at this. It's maxed. So you're just thinking, oh, wow, that's fantastic. It's maxed. Let's click into one of these. Take a look at this. The keyboard events are within, let me run the calculation on this. 564 divided by 554. That's within 2% of one another. 2%. Um, is that just by chance? Well, no, look at the next. It continues. And oh, well, look at the mouse. Almost within the exact same correlation. If you look at the screenshots, he's actually just changing tabs. I don't know where he's typing. He's talking to a friend here or something. But if you click through it, I mean, Loom is being a piece of crap right now. But you can kind of see all they're doing is going between the tabs don't close or open. It's just flipping between tabs. And I've seen this scam before. This scam has been running since before 2020. I want to say 2018, 2019 when I had that $22,000 scam. Yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt the bank a lot. They people are doing work. You assume good intent. You're managing 10 to 12 heads. There's output, and then you start looking into it, and you do a big investigation. You realize, holy crap, how many hours you've been billing this much for? At the end of the day, it is my fault that I don't breathe down their necks every day. I mean, you shouldn't have to. I don't think micromanaging is a good idea either, but that's really what has to go on these platforms. If you want to trust people, and you know what, people will say, oh, you should hire someone with good reviews. These people have good reviews. They have fantastic reviews. They've been on the platform for a long time. Upwork continues to allow them to be on the platform, but you know what? They continue to scam and get away with it. And it's disappointing. You would think that they would get a slap, more than a slap on the wrist. They'd be shut down, some sort of 1 year suspension or something. Like something has to happen more dramatic. But they launch an investigation, give you some politically correct response, and it really leads nowhere. Now let's take a look. Let's keep going here. There's another freelancer. I think I had it open, prepped here in this tab. Yeah, so this one, another one. I forget, honestly, because this happens like too frequently. Um, what the issue was here. Oh yeah, this one. So this one was just like browsing the internet. I mean, take a look here. Like you got one screenshot here, 10 minutes later, still on the same page. Similarly with this one, like just these are the same pages, just browsing the internet. There's mouse clicks. It was seriously just billing time just for the sake of billing time. And it's like, oh, okay, so back to the profile thing with the reviews. So I mean, before we even get there, I just want to make sure that everyone sees this. Like, okay, this page, right? 10 minutes later, still on the same page. Yes, there's mouse and keyboard activity, but it's bullcrap. I mean, I get so frustrated with Upwork because of this, and I plan to send them this video, but nothing will come of it. Absolutely nothing will come of it. I'm just hoping to raise awareness um, about these problems that they basically, wonder why their stock is down so poorly. I mean, it's down like 70 or 80%. Why? Maybe because the platform's crap and they don't care about their users. I mean, particularly their clients. They protect the freelancers, which are, I mean, you post a job, you post a good job, you're going to get between 100 and 300 applicants. I think the supply side of the marketplace is kind of doing well. Um, they need to be protecting their clients. That's the reason that there's so many people that need work. I mean, the clients aren't protected. The clients don't want to hire on here. Now, if you need U.S. Based workers, yeah, of course, there's a lot less. And so maybe they need to do a better job in the U.S. protecting the contractor or whatever. I don't know what their problems are, but or excuse me, what their struggles are with getting U.S. based or Western based contractors. But that's a different topic. But it's very clear, like the people overseas, like with 200 to 300 applicants on a job post. I mean, is it well known in these communities how easy Upwork is to make money and basically generate fraudulent income? I don't know. But let's take one look before we cut this. I mean, we're 9.5 minutes in, and I am so frustrated coming to the end of the workday. So looking to cool down and not wind myself up. But let's take a look at this freelancer. Um, 5 stars. five stars for a $10 job, 5 stars for a $50 job. Fairly low budget jobs that they're doing kind of to keep these reviews up. 3K earnings, 20 jobs. I mean, they have a reputation. They should get more than a slap on the wrist if this is not the first time they, especially if it's not, you know, do you even need a repeated offense to justify banning people from the platform? I mean, they scammed a client out of more money than all of this combined. I mean, I can't remember what our contract was. It might be this one. I don't know, but it's insane. It was definitely hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, and it's unbelievable. One last thing I want to show you guys was in those screenshots. If we go back here, the craziest part of this, maybe not the craziest, but a very interesting part of this. If we open this up, get into this. If you can see this with me, the top right corner, you can actually see this picture. It's a person with a beard. It's a man, and I hired a woman. So I don't know what's going on. If she's given her account to someone else, I don't know if it's a husband, a brother, a father, I don't know, a friend. I don't know. I don't want to make any guesses, but there's someone running this account fraudulently under her name that she's given account to the account to, and they're billing, and obviously if they're if they have access, they're the one also getting paid. Otherwise, they wouldn't spend their time doing this, billing these fraudulent hours. But very interesting. There's a dude, and this is again, it's a woman. Um, Here, I think we've seen on her profile that already. Um, this is her. She's given it to this other guy to bill and fraudulently. Anyways, that's enough for now. I'm really disappointed with Upwork. I hope they can turn it around. I mean, I assume they're still a $1 billion company. It's a big company, but they've got a lot of work to do if they want to improve their user experience. Because I just don't like the direction they're going.